Phonological awareness. Languages sound different.
Bonjour.
你好
Здравствуйте.
Hola.
The sound patterns of the Sindhi language, for instance,
Chahala.
are distinctly different from the sounds of Pashto,
Sangahalde.
which sounds entirely different from English.
How are you?
Spoken language plays an important role in learning to read. Before children can learn to read, they need to build an awareness of how sounds work in their language. Children need to understand that spoken language conveys thoughts as words, and words are composed of sounds
Tit. Li.
specific to their language.
Tit. Li.
Quite simply, hearing language's sound parts
Tit. Li.
and being able to manipulate these parts
Titli.
is known as phonological awareness.
Eyes band karo.
Research shows that a child's phonological awareness at the end of Kachi class is a strong predictor of this child's future success in reading.
गौर से सुनना. Bread.
Teaching children that spoken language can be broken down into small sound parts and helping them develop phonological awareness is the first step in teaching children to read. Some children seem to enter the Kachi class with a high level of phonological awareness. These are usually children who have literate adults or siblings in their homes. But many children will have very little phonological awareness upon entering school and will need to be taught to recognize words
Hat. Hat.
and the smaller sounds inside a word.
H. A.
Research has found this ability to break oral language into its component sounds is not simple for young children. Because they are listening for meaning, and because they hear language being uttered as a blended flow of sounds,
The cat sat on the hat.
many children do not automatically hear this flow broken into sentences and words.
The cat sat on the hat.
Most children need to be taught phonological awareness. Phonological skill develops in a predictable progression that increases in complexity. At the simplest level, children need to develop the awareness that sentences are made up of distinct words, each conveying meaning.
अब जब मैं जुमला बोलूंगी उसमें एक रंग छुपाए आपको मुझे रंग का नाम बताना है, ठीक है? घास सब्ज है.
At this level, children are able to determine the number of distinct words in a sentence.
ईशा की कमीज नीली है. इसमें कौन सा रंग छुपाए? नीली. काले बादल आ गए. नबीला के होंठ गुलाबी हैं.
As sound parts become smaller, skills become more complex and more difficult for children to distinguish. At the next level of phonological awareness, children need to notice that some words sound like other words. Their endings sound alike. These words rhyme.
पान.
पान खान.
और इससे मिलती जुलती आवाज का कोई और वर्ड बता सकते हैं?
पान खान जान.
A more complex awareness is the ability to distinguish sound parts, known as syllables. Children demonstrate that they can segment or break apart words into syllables and blend syllables into words.
बोलो पा किस तान कितने हिस्से हैं इसमें?
Pakistan 3.
Further awareness of syllables allows children to manipulate the ending sound or rhyme of each syllable and the starting sound, known as an onset.
और अगर मैं क साउंड हटा के वहां पे फ लगा दूं फिर क्या बनेगा? अच्छा, और अगर मैं फ साउंड हटा के ह लगा दूं फिर क्या बनेगा? तितली।
At the most developed stage of phonological awareness, children can identify or recognize the individual phonemes or small units of sound that make up a word.
P, L, A, N, T. Planet, planet, plant, plant.
Because developing phonological awareness involves the sounds of language, speaking and listening activities are effective in teaching the progression of skills. Teachers do not need to use pencils and paper to develop phonological awareness in students. In fact, such activities could take place in the dark because the sound of the language is what's important.
अब मैं 3 वर्ड्स बोल रही हूँ, गौर से सुनो, फिर आखिर की आवाज बतानी है, ऑलराइट? घोड़ा, थोड़ा, छोड़ा.
Phonological awareness, especially in very young children, is easily developed in the absence of print. Using songs and wordplay are informal but natural ways to enhance phonological awareness. Teachers can embed phonological awareness activities throughout the day, calling attention to words and the way they sound.
दीवार, जमीन, दरवाजा. अब आपने सोचना है और मुझे बताना है कि वो कौन से 2 अल्फाज हैं जिनकी शुरू की आवाजें एक जैसी हैं.
For instance, at the simplest level, a teacher might ask students whose names begin with a certain sound to stand and line up for dismissal.
पहले वो बच्चे पानी पीने जाएंगे जिनके नाम म आवाज से शुरू होते हैं. वो खड़े होंगे. मरियम, माजिद, मतियुर रहमान, महक.
When beginning a partner activity, a teacher might ask students to find a partner whose last name has the same number of syllables as his or her own. Once children's ears are trained to hear individual sounds inside a word,
T, L, E.
It's an easy next step to learn the symbol or letter that represents each of these sounds.
T, L, E. Titli.
Increasing evidence suggests that early writing activities that encourage inventive spelling allow children to convert the sounds of their language to its printed symbols. When children have built phonological awareness, particularly phonemic awareness, they will have the foundational skills they will need to use the alphabetic principle.